It's unprecedented.
You try to figure it out.
You're trying to figure stuff out based on going off of not having anything to go off of. Right? Like there's no look, if I'm trying to learn how to do something, I can go read a book or research how
you need a manual, right? You need a manual on this.
You're right. Like this isn't like, back in the 90s, we're trying to land somebody on the moon here. Like nobody's ever been to the moon. How the hell do we do it?
That's right. That's great point. Okay, I want to talk about one other local story, which I thought, and I want to get your opinion on it. Rutgers.
Yeah.
I guess you would say it's a mild upset right over Purdue. And
I was shocked at the amount of time I think that's the only third time they ever played each other.
What's that?
I think that's only the third time that they've ever played each other.
You watched the full game, right?
Yeah, I was locked and sealed, glued to it.
I watched, I think, from the end of the second quarter on because they were behind at halftime. And I thought was really interesting. So obviously their quarterback can play something from practice from something. I think Vidral, right? Noah Vidral, that's the starting quarterback normally.
Something must happen.
Something during the week happened.
Sikowski started.
Sikowski and Langdon, they kind of mixed the passer runner.
And now Langdon's obviously been there Wildcat.
He's the goal line guy. Yeah.
Bergen Catholic, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. Absolutely. I think a family of athletes, too. I think their sister's his sister's like a championship pole vaulter or something.
Well, look, he's a monster to begin with.
Yeah.
And Guy can obviously attest for this because Guy coached him when he was at Bergen.
Oh yeah. He's there's no doubt about it. He's he played great in that game. What I thought was interesting is this. So did you watch the Michigan game?
I did, unfortunately.
And then what was it? I watched them.
Penn State, correct?
No, I watched Michigan. I'm saying Michigan.
Oh, you watched Michigan Rutgers? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I watched that game.
And then I watched them play that, and I watched them play Rutgers play them, and I watched their Ohio State game. I think who else did they lose? I think the Illinois game, which was like a lot. They lost because I thought they would beat them, but
right, that was the game that everybody thought they would win.
What I thought was, and then I watched their win before that, which was
Michigan State.
So here's why I thought.
It turns out they're not really as bad as I guess everybody's thinking as you go along here.
Well, I like the offensive creativity. So what I like, and we talk about this all the time with trick plays and all. You got to make trick plays. It's got to be something that's part of your offense, right? And that's everybody just knows this is part of your offense,
right? Not
as a kind of anomaly, which a lot of coaches run. But as a right,
you have to do it as part of your
package.
Throwing stuff out there, going crazy.
That's a package, right? So,
yeah.
So what's really cool about it is they utilize those things to be successful against Ohio State and get a boost from an energy standpoint. And I think it made the play overall like really good. And then I think what was really cool was like Michigan. I mean, that was back. They were up big. Michigan switched quarterbacks, got back in the game. The way that they just, first of all, their fire and their enthusiasm playing is awesome. It's like Schiano, the number one thing I think he's brought.
Culture.
Yeah, the culture. Like that's their people playing hard, how hard they're playing. You know that eventually good things are going to happen. It may take a little bit of time, but you could see that in each game. And then Purdue, you talked about that I think their best linebacker went out, and that became an opportunity to really run the ball downhill. They took advantage of it, beat Purdue.
That's really what it was.
But I love the ability. It's one of my favorite things in offense, and you coaching me, is when the OC adapted. He just adapted to whoever his quarterback was. So when Noah Vidral was a quarterback, Michigan, he was running certain things. When Sikowski comes in, he was running certain things. When Johnny Langdon's in, he's running certain things. And it's given that extra boost because the defense is going to play better under Schiano. That's part of the whole chop and the enthusiasm, right? Defense is their first part. that improved right away. And they had a kind of a pretty good defensive group to begin with that was improving. And
well, you look back and Chris Ash coming from a defensive background.
Right.
You could talk about Chris Ash and the situation and what he was into, but I mean, look, man, I mean, we know Rutgers is an incredibly tough place to play, a tough place to win. We've seen that just from in our time, wherever. And for Chris Ash coming in as a defensive guy, you knew that the defense was going to be okay. But if you look at it, I believe he had like 4 offensive coordinators in 4 years. You know what I mean? So to get the thing rolling, now you bring back Schiano, you're going to have life automatically. You know what I mean? Culture itself. Then he makes a couple moves here or there, puts together a phenomenal staff, right? We can't talk about it enough how much, the way we look at every move, and you and I, and we talk about it and we say, oh, well, this is why he did this, or this is why this guy's hired, or you know what I mean? He's got Augie Hoffman from St. Joseph Montvale, puts him on staff right away. He's got Nunzio Campanelle from Bergen, puts him on staff. So you're talking about 2 guys that are linked into the state high school stuff right away and puts them on staff. He goes and takes a guy like Fran Brown, who's known as a very, a big time recruiter in South Jersey. So he can handle that South Jersey aspect, that PA aspect of it. He goes out and he gets Gleason as his offensive coordinator, an up and coming younger guy who got his start at Princeton, goes 1 year to the Big 12 and comes in here now. And now you're starting to add a little excitement to it, to the offense, which, you can look back to Rutgers and Schiano during the first run, and look, they were, a ground and pound team. We're talking Ray Rice, we're talking, Leonard, right? We're talking run the ball first, and then throw off of it. You know what I'm saying? So now you come into it and you're adding a little bit of excitement with these other guys in Gleason's offense. Yep. And I think it just changes a lot of things. And like you said, the idea that, he knows he has a quarterback in Langdon, but maybe not a quarterback for his offense, right? So what does he do? So he takes it and he says, look, all right, here's your package. This is what we're going to do. And you know what? We're going to do it consistently. So now you get into a game like the other day with Purdue, and all of a sudden that package, that Wildcat package, is more effective than when Satowski's in here. All right, well, let's do it. And it turns out to them running, QB power 20 times in the second half, man. I mean, really, look, how many times do I say, it's like sometimes we as coaches outcoach ourselves. Like sometimes it's literally just like, let's just line up and go and do. You don't have to change anything, man. If it's working and you're getting 3-4 yards a pop running QB power, why am I going to change it? So I think that's something that, but obviously at the end of the day, it comes back to culture and to mindset. And you're looking at a team. I believe they have, last year, I think when I was watching the game, they had a stat, and it was Rutgers had caused, I think they have 10 turnovers. They've caused 10 turnovers or something this season so far. Last year they had 2, I think, the whole season, something like that.
Really?
Yeah, you're just looking at little statistics like that. Explosive plays.
Well, look at Cruz-Shank, right? Cruz-Shank on the kick doing
the
transfers he got with him, like Cruz-Shank as a transfer, and some of the other guys that they got. Obviously, Vidral, the quarterback. But the guys they got as transfers in itself.
You just drilled another huge transfer today. A kid, listen, that guy that returned the kick return for a touchdown, the last time he did that was last year's Rose Bowl.
At Wisconsin. He was at Wisconsin.
The guy they got today, they said might be the second best returner behind him from Kansas State. Kid's transferred. So now he's starting to bring in some of these guys. And look, I'm partial because, we're from here and we've always said if we could get everybody to stay home at Rutgers, it would be a scary thing to see. But if you're not a big-time recruit in New Jersey, how is that not on your radar? To stay home, to play for a Jersey guy in front of mom and dad, who are going to be at every game in the Big Ten. It's not the Big East, it's the Big Ten. So you're going to play your Ohio State. You're going to get, so you basically, you're going to get a shot at one of the best teams in the country every single year, and then it's just a matter of, Are you going to see Wisconsin? Are you going to see Penn State? Are you going to see, it depends on which one of those other Big Ten teams are going to be up there that year. Iowa. I mean, look at these teams that they're dialing up against, and now I'm going to go play for a guy in Coach Schiano who's been at the highest of highs as far as you're talking NFL head coach, right? I mean, college highest of highs, Ohio State defensive coordinator, even when nobody knew where the hell he was, he's the defensive coordinator at Ohio State. Like, most people don't know that stuff. So if he really wants to ride this thing out and go with it for the next couple of years, it could be a pretty fun and interesting thing to watch him turn this thing around, not, for the second time.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's at this point is basically to me almost inevitable that it's going to be turned around. It's just a matter of
he hasn't even had a full, you know what I mean? Like, and these are not normal times. He's not doing in-home visits, they're not bringing guys on campus, it's just craziness. And
it's tough. It's really good. It's really good. I mean, and sustainability is the key and get the jump start.
Think about it. So he took over. We'd have to do some fact checking stuff, right? So when he took over in what year at Rutgers originally? 99, 2000, 2001, somewhere around there, right?
I'll find it for you right now. Let me see.
How many years until he got to, because obviously. So when everybody remembers 2006 Louisville, right?
Let's look at it. Yeah, let's look at it here. All right. Geez, now I know I'm getting a little bit old because when I pop this on the screen.
Yeah, well, the fact that he recruited me when I was in high school is.
Yeah, we pop this on the screen here. It's going to be.
I want to say it was 99.
What's your guess?
What year?
I have it up. What's your guess? What year he got there?
I say 99.
It's 2001.
Holy shit.
Let's see. 2001. So
the 2001 season was his first season.
2001. Wikipedia wants me to donate $275. I'll have to wait till next time to do that.
Sorry.
Let's see. He was,
So 2001.
He was 2-9.
That's 19 years ago.
19 years ago. That was his first year, and it took him so.
Yeah, like when did
remember those first couple of years were rough. Like it wasn't
brutal. I remember him going out to Notre Dame getting smoked.
So he's way ahead of that curve this time, regardless of record. I think this is one of those games get in the way as far as wins and losses.
Well, remember that the 2000 game against Louisville on Thursday night when everybody rushed the field, and that was like the 2006. That was 2006, correct?
They were 11-2. And then he sustained that all the way through. He had one. Well,
what was his record his first year?
2-9.
Yeah, because that's a little tiny for me. So it was 2-9, and then what was he in 02?
111, 5-7, 111, 5-7, 4-7, 7-5, 11-2, 8-5, 8-5, 9-4, 4-8, 9-4.
Yeah, but this is what's different. It's like, look, it's about bowl appearances, correct? Like in that.
And then 1, 2, 3. He had 5 straight bowl appearances, 4 and then the one year they had a little down year in 2010, but then 2011.
And that's when he left.
It was after he left, and
because Flood took over in what 2011,
2012 season. So he won 5 out of 6. With Schiano won 5 out of 6 bowls, and then he was in Tampa for a couple of years, and then I think Ohio State and all that stuff. But yeah. So I mean, you're talking nights. He had to be in his 30s. How old was he when he started?
40.
Well, he was 19 years ago. He took over there. 35 he was when he first got the job.
Yep.
And
I'm screwed because I'm 34. So.
Hey man, you're so good. You're so good in front of the camera. Maybe not. Yeah, this is your interview.
My calling.
I'd like you to get a little lighting because now as it's getting dark out, it's kind of getting hard to see.
Right. It's crazy.